and welcome to my channel. For those of you who have been here before, you might know me as Plutonian Priestess. If you've noticed, there is a little bit of a change on my YouTube. My name is changing to Artemis Rising. I am going through a rebrand right now. There is going to be a video that comes out in a few weeks that explains that whole process a little more in depthly and what's going on, tells you about my new website and so on and so forth. So for those of you that have already been here before, thank you so much for returning and welcome to my new channel, Artemis Rising, no longer Plutonian Priestess, and welcome to all the new faces who have never been here before. Today we are doing a September reading. So this is a September prediction reading. These are messages for September 2019, kind of finding out what you can expect to come to you. So we have 5 groups for you to choose from. If you've never done a pick a card before, go ahead and take a second to pick one of the 5 groups. Choose the one that calls to your intuition, the one that draws you in first. Go with the one that calls to you the very first time. Don't go with the second or the third, the one that immediately catches your attention or eye. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and take a second to pause. This is group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. Go ahead and choose a group. There are timestamps down below, and we will go ahead and get started with your September 2019 reading. Group 1, let's find out what's coming for you in September. So, it looks like you guys may have been going through it recently. So, first up, we have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords tells me that in September, you are going to be facing some kind of choice. And it's going to be a choice that seems like both options are bad options or something that you don't want to do. But what you need to realize is that you actually have the power in the situation, because right now you're feeling very powerless, like you're not sure what to do, like you're kind of backed in a corner, you're kind of stagnant. But the Two of Swords, it's really about you needing to realize that how you're limiting yourself and how you actually have the power of the choice, and that you don't need to be worrying so much about balancing the pros and cons. And because we have the Eight of Swords as well, which just kind of ties in further with the Two of Swords, you really are the one who is creating bondage in your life. You're really the one who is limiting yourself. If you look in both of these cards, they depict a woman that is blindfolded, and so that really in tarot says that you are giving away your power and that it's time for you to take it back, and it's time for you to stand your ground. And for some of you that are watching, one of the things that may have been going on is that someone is taking advantage of you, because we have the Five of Swords here as well. Someone may have been playing you unfairly or been having bad intentions, or really just making you feel like the situation isn't fair, like they always have the upper hand and no matter what you do, you can't win. Another thing that could be coming up, because these all are swords cards and swords have to do with our mental world, this could be a lot of an internal battle that's going on, and maybe you're having trouble with feeling value in yourself, and you feel like throughout your lifetime a lot like you have been underappreciated, like you always get the short end of the stick, and maybe that you just always are feeling like you have to fight against everyone else, and like your fight is always harder than everybody else's. Not realize that these beliefs and these thoughts are actually what's limiting you and actually what's holding you back, and you are you're manifesting issues in your relationships and manifesting these inner beliefs to come true, because you have these childhood beliefs that need to be reworked and dismantled. And the Seven of Swords, or not the Five of Swords, excuse me, really also warns that you need to make sure that your intentions and your motives are pure, and that you're not coming from a place where you're trying to get over on others, and that you're not trying to really like manipulate the situation to your benefit. I don't really feel like that's going on for most of you. I feel like for most of you, it's more so that somebody else has been the one doing that to you. And part of the reason why I say that is because we have the card let go. And I feel like one of the things that you really need to be working on in September is learning how to let go of the past, really move on with your life, and let go of those binds and self-defeating habits and limiting beliefs that you have that have really been holding you back. And one of the ways one of the things that's going to help you do this is by having an internal journey. So you really need to take the time to meditate and turn within, because we have the Goddess Speaks card. And to me, the Goddess Speaks card says that it's time for you to get in tune with your higher self, and it's time for you to get in tune with your spirit guides and really start listening to your divine self and listening to what your highest purpose and your highest path is. And right now in September is going to be a time for you to take a mental journey where you get to a more mentally healthy and stronger place where you feel more secure and you feel more value in yourself. And another thing that could help you is also physical journeys. So maybe in September you spend some time traveling. Maybe you get out of the environments that you've been spending a lot of time in. You do something different. Maybe it's time for you to break those chains, so to speak, and physically move and get out about and have a change of scenery. And that's something that's really going to help you jump and get your mental where it needs to be. So group 1, let me know how you resonated with this reading. Let me know what you thought. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Give it a like if you want to see more pick a card readings. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time for your next reading. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, we have group number 2. Let's find out what's happening in September 2019. All right, group 2. Okay, so first up we have the Tower reversed, and I don't want you to get freaked out because sometimes when the Tower comes out, people get a little crazy. The Tower reversed is going to be telling you that you may have been going through a loss, or you will be going through a loss in September, but it is something that you are capable of getting over, and it's something that you're able to overcome. Because the Tower is reversed, it is more so a disappointment in someone else. So when the Tower is upright, it's really your own ego that's getting in the way, and it's your own ego that needs to be put in check. When the Tower is reversed, a lot of the times it comes down to you were relying on the wrong people, you put your faith in the wrong people, you trusted the wrong person, and that person let you down. Or another thing that can happen with the Tower reverse is that you lose something, or you lose someone that seems really painful in the moment or seems very hard in the moment, but later, once time has gone on, you know, hindsight's 2020, it is actually something that wasn't as hard and traumatic and dramatic as it seemed. It just seemed like that in the moment, and you will actually see, as always with the Tower card, how it was for your highest benefit. I feel like right now for group 2, one of the things that you're going to have to be focusing on in September 2019 is your mental health, because we have the Star reverse that says to me that you haven't been feeling very emotionally balanced, your mental space hasn't been where it needs to be, and that you really need to get back aligned, and you really need to take some time to have some self-care. And I feel like one of the things that has really been getting out of hand is probably anxiety and anxious thought, probably whether that be fears of the past or the future have probably been coming into play, because the Star, when it's upright, is really a card about being mentally sound, really working on being where you need to be, and really sharing your knowledge for good. And because we have the self-sabotage card here, I feel like in September 2019, one of the things that's going to be coming up is really working to overcome your self-defeating habits, and really looking at certain behaviors, beliefs, ways of thoughts, and really understanding how they're limiting you, and understanding where these feelings are coming from and where these actions and behaviors are coming from, and really getting to the root of those issues and really trying to conquer them. Because I feel like you are someone who has gone through a lot of pain, right? So we have the Sorrow card here, and we have the Tower reverse. Like, you've been through it a fair enough, just like others, and so like you feel like you have pain, like you feel like you've been going through it for a while, and that you really are ready to emotionally release that. And I feel like September 2019, once you're stepping up to try and take more self-care, you're stepping up to really, you know, work on those self-limiting beliefs, overcome that self-sabotage, you're going to come to the Fool, which is all about a place of new birth. It's a place of new beginnings. And so I feel like in September 2019, it's really going to feel like a fresh start for you. I feel like September 2019 may be something excuse me. I feel like September 2019 might be a time where you feel slightly unsure and you're not really sure what the future is going to be. But I feel like because we have the Fool card here, you're going to finally be finding faith and you're going to be finding belief. And that is not only like faith and belief in the world, but it's faith and belief in yourself. And I feel like that's something that maybe some of you have been lacking, is really feeling faith that things can work out, because you have been going through pain and you have been going through loss. So I feel like September 2019 is really going to be a time when your mental and your emotional health takes a turn, and that you're feeling more positive and you're feeling more self-assured, especially for the future, because I feel like when we get hurt, like it can be hard to like get back on the horse and ride it, so to speak. So I feel like September 2018, you're going to be finding your courage again, you're going to be finding your balance again, and that's really going to blossom into a wonderful new beginning for this group. So if you enjoyed this reading and you would like to see more pick a card readings, please give me a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what you thought of this reading, how it resonated with you, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time for your next reading. Thanks for watching. All right, group number 3. Let's find out what is happening in September 2019. Okay. So, group number 3. So first off, we have the Death card, and I love the Death card personally. When the Death card comes around, it tells me that you are going through a period of transformation. You're going through a period of rebirth. One thing that everybody needs to do in their life is learn how to integrate and love their shadow side, because our shadow side is really just our hurt self, our neglected self, our side that society and ourselves and our parents and so on and so forth doesn't accept. And so when death comes around, it really tells me that you're transforming to really love yourself more and love all aspects of yourself more, and really working to let go of negativity and the things that are kind of holding you back from where you need to be. I feel like figurative death is something that we face multiple times in our life, and rebirth is necessary, and it is crucial for obviously transformation, but it's crucial for our evolution throughout our lifetimes. And so I love seeing the Death card, moral of the story. So this tells me like that this group is really working to like overcome who they used to be, and more so this is even more so cemented because we have the Devil reversed. And the Devil reversed can be about overcoming immorality and overcoming negative choice and making the right choice. But also when the Devil is reversed, it's more so about breaking chains and breaking the bounds or breaking what you felt bound by before. And so some things that could be happening with the Devil reversed is that you are finally breaking down limiting beliefs. Maybe you've had a hard time loving yourself, feeling confident in yourself. Maybe you have some issues with poverty mindset. Maybe you have some limiting beliefs that have to do with men or women, or what you're allowed to do in your career, or how you're allowed to express yourself. You know, I could go on forever. There could be limiting beliefs about food, clothes, how we dress, how we talk, how we brush our teeth in the morning. Like there could be so many things. And so I feel like with the Devil reversed, you guys are really taking the time to break down beliefs and limiting ideals, and not just ideals, but also the Devil reverse says that like you're working to take out negativity out of your life. So these could be negative environments, these could be negative people, and this could be really spurred right now because we have the Five of Wands. This clearing out of all this negative energy could really be spurred by the fact that you may have been in a period where you were facing a lot of fighting. Five of Wands is typically about internal conflict, and this could be internal conflict in the sense of at work or at home. Usually it's money or business related, but one of the things that could also be coming up is with the Five of Wands is your internal self is fighting. So you could feel like you don't know exactly what your direction is or what your future is, and you are having a hard time deciding between your intuition and your ego, your higher self and your lower self, and really trying to decide what is the best path for you and what it is that you want and that you need out of life. And I feel like in September 2019, because we have death in the devil reverse, it's going to be a time where you're finally overcoming that. So you're finally going to feel more confident in your direction. You're going to feel more confident in your purpose. You're going to feel more confident in where you need to go. I feel like for some of you, one of the things that could have been coming up is relationship fighting too, and we have symbiosis here, and that tells me that your partnerships, so whether this is business partnerships or it is interpersonal relationships, wherever the conflict has been, that these partnerships are beneficial and that things will simmer down, and that you two will learn how to have the balanced relationship that you need that is mutually beneficial, because symbiosis is all about a mutually beneficial relationship, and there is one that is here. And if you continue to listen to your intuition like you have been, because you've been working on, releasing these limiting beliefs, releasing negativity, releasing what's holding you back, and you've been trying to release this final conflict, you're going to arise to the Queen of Wands, who is someone who on the negative side can be like temperamental or kind of like hot-headed sometimes, like loses her temper easily. But on the bright side, the Queen of Wands is someone who is a leader. They're very confident. They're very charming. They are usually a creator of some kind, so this could be a business creator, an artistic endeavor. Usually they're tied with philosophy or spirituality or teaching of some kind. And so I feel like in September 2019 you're really going to be finally walking into your power. You're going to feel like the things that were limiting you and holding you back previously aren't holding you back as much anymore. And one of the things that is going to be helping you do that is really opening up your intuition, listening to those messages, not really listening so much to what other people have to say, but really listening to yourself and what you need to do. And I think that finding like a healthy balance in your relationships and like learning how to deal with conflict in the right way, because remember, we do have the Queen of Wands, and so you can have a bit of a temper, so you need to remember that you need to learn how to balance yourself too and learn how to control those emotions. I think that if you do that, then September 2019 will feel like a very positive and productive and a very healthy month for you, and you will feel like things are actually really going your way, the way that they need to be. And overall, I feel like this is a really positive reading for you, group number 3. So let me know what you thought down below. Go ahead and leave a comment. Like if you want to see more pick a card readings. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time for your next reading. Okay, group number 4. Let's find out what's happening in September 2019. All right. So group 4, I feel like September 2019 is really going to be about confronting what has been limiting you and what's been holding you back. So we have 4 Wands cards here, and they are all reversed. So I feel like one of the things that is coming up is right now your energy, your passion, your motive, your drive has all been blocked, and I feel like it's been limiting you and stagnating you, and the root cause of all of that is fear. So this could be fear of the future, fear of what could happen, fear of yourself. Fear is that monster that lies in the back of everyone's head that if you feed it will grow. And so fear is something that accompanies new things always, and that's really what is limiting you. So we have new horizons here, and you're really scared of new beginnings and letting go of what you have had or what you think things ought to be. And so I feel like in September 2019, you're really going to be coming to a time where you're really having to confront your fear and really confront what is actually holding you back and limiting you. So I feel like some of the things that may have been going on or that are going to happen in September 2019 is First up, we have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands tells me that your life has actually been like pretty peaceful, or everything's been going okay for the most part, and things will continue to be pretty peaceful. I feel like some of you watching this may have gained something. Maybe like there was like a transition in power or something, like maybe something family related that you're in charge of now. Maybe some of you took on some kind of new responsibility, something that could potentially bring you more. For a lot of you that are watching this though, this card tells me that although there's peace and harmony in your environment, or though you may gain something, you're not really appreciating what you have, you're not really appreciating what's around you, and you're not really taking the time to come from a place of gratitude. And that's one of the reasons why you're going to continue having a hard time manifesting the future that you desire. And we have the Knight of Wands reverse, and the Knight of Wands reverse really just says that like you're kind of not like, you're kind of dragging your feet, you're not really wanting to take action, you don't really have a decisive direction, and that you kind of are just being not like indecisive, because it's more so than that, it's just like being decidedly slow on something. I feel like one of the problems that is coming up for you is that you are holding on to the past too much. Because we have the Knight of Wands reverse, I feel like you're stuck believing that life needs to be a certain way, or that your life should be a certain way. And really, if you opened yourself up to possibilities, you would have a ton of blessings that would come to you. Because we have the Ace of Wands reversed, you are someone who wants to create something. You are someone who wants to create a new endeavor, maybe be in charge of your own business, or create something that you are proud of. Maybe you're artistic. But I feel like with the Ace of Wands reversed, you're not really thinking things out critically, and you're not really thinking about all the little details that need to be included. And so I feel like in September 2019, you're really going to have to be working to let go of the past, and really looking to take action and decide what is the path that you need to take. Because I feel like you've been letting yourself be held back and limited for too long. And I feel like in September 2019, that's going to be a time where you have to stand up and put your big boy pants on and really just kind of deal with it and do what you're meant to. Because I feel like right now you're putting yourself in a place of stagnation, and that stagnation is built out of fear, and it really needs to be released, because you're having a hard time like moving forward. Like your energy is like completely blocked right now, I feel like, and it's to do with insecurity a lot too. And you need to work to have like a more positive relationship with yourself and the things that you have and how you value yourself. And then that will open up kind of the floodgates for you to be able to manifest the future that you actually desire. So group number 4, let me know what you thought of this reading. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know if this resonated with you. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you want to see more Pick a Cards readings. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time for your next reading. Thank you so much. All right, group number 5. Let's see what's coming in September 2019. All right, let's be Taurus. We have a lot of cards, I feel like. More than any other group. Okay. All right, group 5. So I feel like, first off, there is a part of you, because we have the Hierophant, that feels like you need to conform to what society or what your parents or what someone else thinks of you. So there's part of you that wants to do what someone else wants you to do, or be a certain way. Maybe you're someone who really depends on your security based on what other people think about you, or you really base yourself on what society thinks that you should be. But I feel like that way of being might be broken for you, because we have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is all about getting stabbed in the back and really feeling defeated and really feeling betrayed. And I feel like September 2019, you might face betrayal if you haven't already, and this betrayal is actually for your own good, because I feel like the feeling I get is that you were in kind of a box before, and this pain, this sorrow is actually going to break you out of this box. And September 2019 is going to be a time when you finally start to feel that and appreciate that and recognize that, because we have the sun here. You're going to be opening yourself up to glory, attainment, success in September 2019. It is a card all about happiness, balance, abundance of all kinds. So this is, of course, success and work attainment, but this is also, you know, family happiness, family abundance, feeling secure, feeling confident, feeling vibrant in yourself. It's also a card of creativity and artistic sense. So if you are someone who is creative, you may be feeling very motivated to do artistic work in September 2019, because we have King of Swords. Maybe some of you are writers. You're going to feel, but because we have King of Swords in September 2019, you're going to be feeling more emotionally balanced. You're going to feel more in control of your life. You're going to feel like you can set proper boundaries, like you can communicate well, and that you can get your point across. And I feel like September 2019, you're actually going to be coming to a time where your intuition, or where your logic and your intellect is actually balanced with your intuition, because we have the King of Swords, who is a very intellectual, very logical, very kind of stoic man. And then we have the High Priestess here, which is all about getting in touch with our intuition and really discovering what's hidden from us and really understanding the deeper principles of life. I feel like in September 2019, you're going to find a nice balance between your emotional self and your logical self. And maybe that's something that you were lacking before, you know, because we have the Hierophant here. You were conforming more to what other people wanted to think, or taking a more traditional path, and that's not always bad. But I feel like in September 2019, you're going to be breaking out of that, and because you're breaking out of that, you're going to be getting more in tune with the High Priestess within you. You're going to be getting more in tune with your intuition and how to use your psychic abilities. Maybe you're getting more into tarot or dream work or astrology, or you're getting more into meditation or yoga. You're getting more connected to your internal self. And I feel like that's going to be one of the things that is really helping bring that success and bring that glory and bring that attainment that you are going to be gaining in September 2019. And you did obviously lose something. You have gone through a loss, right? You did get betrayed and you did get stabbed in the back, but you need to know that all sacrifices are rewarded in the end, because this sacrifice that you have had to make is actually going to be something that gives you your that is for your highest benefit. And if you take the time to look within and heal yourself, right, like really get in tune with your intuition, maybe get connected to your spirit guides, get connected to your higher self, your divine self, you're really going to be opening yourself up to where you need to be. You're going to be connecting with your highest path, and you will start finding that all the things that you desire actually come to you quite naturally and quite easily, because you're aligned with who exactly you need to be. And I feel like in September 2019, we have the Time to Soar card. It's really going to be a time where you're really stepping up to what your purpose is and really feeling redefined. You're really feeling new, and you're really feeling confident in yourself. And I feel like you're maybe finally feeling like you're true to who you're meant to be, and maybe that's not something you have felt before. And so I feel like September 2019 is really going to be a time where you're really stepping into your power, because you're finally stepping into who you're meant to be, and you're really stepping into who you are, like who your actual soul self is. So group number 5, let me know what you thought of this reading. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know if this resonated with you. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you want to see more pick a card readings. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time for your next video. Thanks so much for watching.